Very good evening, everyone. How are you all? Very fine. Last class, any doubt? Any doubt? Ask fatafat. Hello, doubt. Which example? Which adjustment? Prepaid expense you have not understood. Apart from that, everything you have understood. Okay, the prepaid expense means what? Prepaid expense of next year is paid in current year. It is not an expense of. It is an expense of. So it is an asset of current year. So you paid some expense. The benefit will be derived in future. It become an asset of current year. So asset account will be debited. So prepaid expense to expense will decrease. But what you have not understood in this? Example number prepaid expense wala. That is to already adjusted wala example. Huh? So many things we have done. Huh? Last class. Pre-received no. He asked prepaid. So I will do prepaid na. Yeah, this one. Example number 2 you want. Example number 2. So I said no adjustment. No adjustment means what? This prepaid wages is at year end or at year beginning? Means already adjusted. Means this wages is already adjusted with prepaid opening and closing. So this wages will directly go to, and prepaid wages will directly go to any item in trial balance will have how many effect? One effect. Any adjustment will have two effect. You can see no adjustment. So prepaid wages will go directly to balance sheet in asset side of balance sheet. Understood? Same thing, everything, not only this. In all illustration we have done that only. Any further doubt? Bull. The last adjustment we have done depreciation. What is journal entry for depreciation? अरे आंखों में वहां हो रहा है, बातों में यहाँ हो रहा है. I am seeing her and you are seeing. Well, depreciation account debit to fixed asset. Depreciation will go to, after this journal entry, depreciation will be transferred to PL account, and fixed asset, what you will do? Asset side. But fixed asset, when you say to fixed asset, it decrease in fixed asset, so that amount will be reduced from respective fixed asset in balance sheet. Correct? Yes, sir. Pre-received income. I said think like pre-received income is an asset or liability? Liability. Liability will debit or credited? Credited. So income account debit to pre-received income. Bas. Done. Think in this way, okay? Simple lah. Income account debit to pre-received income. Income account debit. Increase or decrease in income? Huh? Pre-received income means what? Income of received in. It is not an income of. So income will decrease or increase. It is not an income of current year. It will increase or decrease. Huh? Decrease. So income will be debited or credited. Don't be confused. Don't be confused. Correct? I'm not going to kill you. Correct? 1 second. Yes, yeah. Pre-received income is an asset or liability. Liability will be debited or credited. Credited. So simple. If liability will be credited, so other account will be debited. So in this other account is what? The income account debit to pre-received income. Pre-received income will go to. You are only saying pre-received income is a liability na. This is not justified. Either you say initially wrong, after saying initial correct, why you are doing mistake here? Don't be confused. Be calm. Be calm. Okay? I'm giving you 5 minutes. Relax. Okay, relax. I'm coming 1 second to you. Okay. No, you're not. Huh. I will not ask you. Can I ask you? Yes. But the stock of stationery in hand. Adjustment. Closing stock of stationery. Adjustment. Closing stock of stationery. Adjustment. We have done this last class. हाँ तो बोल. हाँ journal entry. Stationery. हाँ. Stationery account debit to stock account. So the stock is in the closing stock. Whatever left is an asset or expense. Asset will be debited. What you have done? आपने तो क्रेडिट बोल दिया. Stock account debit to think accordingly. ठीक है ना. One mistake marks will deducted ना. Correct. Stock account debit to stationery. Stationery will decrease. Stock will go to P&L account. Stock is an asset or income? Stock whatever left is an asset or income? Asset will go where? Balance sheet. Hello. What is journal entry? What is the adjustment entry for accrued income? Accrued income. Revision done. Revision done. Thora. What is Thora? Starting with only 1 point and then slip. Thora means what? Thora to we have done. No, I have not. I will not ask you. Accrued income. Accrued income account debit to income account. Accrued income is what? Accrued income is what? Asset, liability, income, expense. Asset will go where? Asset side. Income, what we are doing? Increase or decrease? Increase. So that will be that. What is the effect of that? You said accrued account debit to income. This income will go where? Very good. Excellent. Super. First answer I got with confidence. With confidence. No, one more answer I got with confidence. Sorry. I missed you. Two answer I got with confidence. Correct. Outstanding expense. Expense account debit to expense payable. Effect बताओ. Debited. It will be added to respective expense either in trading or PL account. Okay, you are correct only. Then no, credited not. In balance sheet, there is no debit credit side. It is asset or liability side. So either liability side of balance sheet. Balance sheet is not a account. Balance sheet is a statement. Chalega? Correct? Your chance? Huh? Very good. Price should be given to you. Excellent. Backup scene. Then तो okay. Then to you came. चल ठीक है. One day I am giving you. Only one day. Today. Tomorrow I will ask. ठीक है? Then don't say me. Sir, I was absent. बताओ. What is journal entry? What is the adjustment entry of prepaid wages at year beginning? Prepaid expense at year beginning. Correct. Hmm. Current year. Very good. Hmm. Prepaid. Very good. Excellent. Super. If closing stock is coming in trial balance, what is the adjustment entry? Huh? Very good. Excellent. Love you. Excellent. I'm happy. Means I'm not happy with the answer. I'm happy with your confidence. I always give appreciation to confidence. If you are giving wrong answer with confidence, I'm happy. ठीक है? चलो. Thank you very much. Your answer is correct. ठीक है? चलो. Now can we proceed? Can we proceed? देखो, those who are not revising, it can be understood with your answer. And those who are doing revision, from the answer it is understood that they are doing revision. Because some are exceptional students, they don't require revision. But I always believe that we should think that we are average student. And if we are average student, we require revision. We should not compare ourselves with exceptional student because they can pass without revision. But we require revision because we are average student. Okay, so we will consider ourselves as an average student. Okay, and we revise. Okay, so I think last class this much only we have done all questions I have asked. Let us, the last point what we have done was depreciation. If you come to that point, in that point we discussed that depreciation, there are two ways of recording. There are two ways of recording depreciation. Remember? The first way we have done, if fixed assets are maintained at net value. Correct? Means there are two ways of maintaining fixed asset in balance sheet. One is net value. Net value means after, by way of net value means reducing depreciation from cost price. So we have done one journal entry depreciation account debit to fixed asset. So when you credited fixed asset, automatically the value of fixed asset will decrease, and I have written reduce from respective fixed asset in balance sheet. If 1 lakh was the cost price and 10,000 was depreciation, so in balance sheet fixed asset will come at 1 lakh minus 10,000, that is 90,000. Understood? Now write down second method. There are two ways now. So I have given point number 1, then I have point number 2. This is thoda sa interesting. I require your concentration. If fixed asset are maintained at cost price. Understood? Cost price means that is gross value. That is gross value. Understood? Then what is the journal entry of depreciation that we need to understand? Understood? So if fixed assets are maintained at cost price, so what will be journal entry that we need to understand? Correct. So can I say depreciation? So depreciation is an expense will be debited. Understood. But can we write on two fixed asset in this? Because if you are writing two fixed asset, then the fixed asset will decrease. But we need to maintain fixed asset at cost price. Understood. So depreciation is the expense will be debited, but instead of reducing fixed asset, we'll open a separate account. We'll open a separate account. That account is known as accumulated depreciation. Accumulated depreciation, also known as provision for depreciation. Provision for depreciation means depreciation account and provision for depreciation account are two different accounts. Depreciation account and provision for depreciation account are two different accounts. Understood? Depreciation is an expense and it will be transferred to PL. But provision for depreciation or accumulated depreciation is not expense, is not income. Therefore, it will not be transferred to PL. But I hope you have understood that with this fixed asset account will remain at cost. Our objective is fulfilled or not. If you want to maintain fixed asset at cost price with this journal entry, it is maintained at cost price or not. Now, one doubt will come, so what will do about accumulated depreciation, that I need to inform you. But have you understood this journal entry? The last journal entry was depreciation account debit to fixed asset. If you are doing that journal entry, then with the amount of depreciation, fixed asset will be reduced, and therefore we are not able to maintain fixed asset at cost price. Then we are maintaining fixed asset at cost price minus depreciation. So in this, what will happen, that we need to understand. Correct? Just write down one example. Correct. On 1/4/2021, a plant was purchased at rupees 1 lakh in cash. Understood? Useful life, UL means useful life is equal to 10 year. Means it will be depreciated for how many year? 10 year. Prepare plant account. Point number A, if plant account is maintained at net value. Understood? Point number B, if plant account is maintained at gross value. Gross value means cost price. Simple question I have given. Correct? So first we'll do case A. So we'll open one account, plant account. Plant account. Whether it was purchased on 1/4/2021, what journal entry will do? Plant account debit to cash na. How much? 1 lakh. So 1 lakh is cost. 1 lakh is cost. Then at the end of the year you will charge depreciation. But whenever net value means plant is maintained at net value, then what journal entry for depreciation? Depreciation account debit to plant account. So it means we'll open which account? Depreciation account. We'll open depreciation account now. Understanding what I'm doing. So we'll say on depreciation will be done at the end of the year. We write on 31st March 2022 to what plant? Depreciation account debit to plant. And because useful life is 10 years, so annual depreciation will be what? 1 lakh divided by 10. Annual depreciation will be what? 1 lakh divided by 10. Detailed calculation of depreciation we'll do in a separate chapter. I'm not going into the matter of depreciation right now. The detailed discussion will do nothing to worry. But I hope this much to you know. 1 lakh divided by 10, 10,000. What is the second effect? Because we are using which method? So we'll say on 31st March 2022, written by what? Depreciation. It will come 10,000. But because it is an asset account, we'll find out balance. This become by balance what? Carried down how much? 90,000. And this 90,000 will go to what? Balance sheet. This 90,000 will go to balance sheet. And depreciation is an expense account. This expense account will be closed by transfer to what? We write on 31st March 2022. And we write on by PL. How much? 10,000. Have you understood this point? This was the simple. Have you understood this much? Next year again we can do this journal entry. If you want to continue, the same journal entry of depreciation will continue, and next year it will be 90,000 minus 10,000. The net value will become 80,000, and same it will be continued. I think in this to no doubt. But we are here to understand which method. Gross value. So point number B, if plant account are maintained at what? Are maintained at gross value means cost price. We'll open which account? Plant account. We'll open which account? Plant account. बोलना रे. Correct. Are you comfortable now? Without journal entry I am doing posting. Are you comfortable? Without journal entry I am doing posting. With a plant account we purchase on 1/4/2021. We'll say plant account debit to cash. Correct. And what is the cost price? 1 lakh. Then we'll charge depreciation. So depreciation amount remains same. Now in this case what will be journal entry for depreciation? Depreciation account debit to accumulated depreciation or provision for depreciation. Both name are interchangeably used. Correct now. So batao. We'll open depreciation account. We'll open depreciation account. Batao. What we'll do in this? Depreciation account will be debited on 31st March 2022. What we write on to what? To accumulated depreciation. How much? 10,000. Understood? 10,000. And we'll need to open one more account. Means one more account will be opened. And we write on accumulated depreciation. Accumulated depreciation account. Bol yes or no? So what we write on here? To or by? By. 31st March 2022. By what? Depreciation. How much? 10,000. 10,000. Correct. Understood. Now we'll do what? Balancing. Balancing. Whether this will balance or not. 31st March 2022. We read on by balance carried down, and this will maintain. We are maintaining at cost price. Check kar lo. Plant account is maintained at cost price or not? Plant account is maintained at cost price. Plant account is maintained at cost price. Correct. And depreciation account will be closed by transfer to which account? This account will be closed by transfer to which account? So this will be closed and it will be transferred to PL account. Have you understood this? Correct. But can I say accumulated depreciation is not a income, not an expense account? This type of account is known as valuation account, a special account. This we call it a valuation account. Valuation account. Valuation account means to value asset. There are some accounts which are used to value asset at each year end. Understood? There are some accounts which are used to value asset at year end. Understood what I am saying? Correct? So these are known as what? Valuation account. Correct? So valuation account will have also some balance. Means this will be also shown in the balance sheet only. Any account which has balance, will go to balance sheet. Correct? So we write down will balance sheet, and this will be what? To balance carried down means having credit balance. It has credit balance now. Having credit balance. Understood? Have you understood this much? Means everyone, if you want to prepare balance sheet. So in asset side, in asset side, in asset side, you write down what? Plant account. But plant account will come at cost price or it will come at net value. So we write down plant account, and plant account will come at cost price. How much cost price? 1 lakh. But we write down in inner column 1 lakh. And from this will show accumulated depreciation. I am writing AD. Chalega? AD means accumulated depreciation will be shown by way of deduction from cost price. So we write down 10,000 and same effect will come. Same effect is coming in the balance sheet. But can I say this is the other way of maintaining plant account? Because we are in this balance sheet, we are able to understand what is the cost price of plant. But if we are maintaining plant account and net value means after deducting depreciation, so from balance sheet we are not able to understand what is the cost price. Are you able to understand? Have you understood this? So can I say there are two accounts. This plant account when I'm writing cost price less accumulated depreciation. So actually there are two accounts. This represent which account? Plant account. And this represent which account? Accumulated depreciation account. So there are two accounts. So depreciation account and accumulated depreciation account are two different accounts. So depreciation is a nominal account. Accumulated depreciation is not a nominal account. Accumulated depreciation will be shown in the balance sheet by way of deduction from plant account. By way of deduction from plant account means respective fixed asset account. Understood? Correct. Means just for your understanding, suppose we want to go to one more year. So one more year, can I say it will be brought down 1/4/2022? This will around 2 balance brought down. How much? 1 lakh only. 1 lakh. Next year once again will pass Jana entry for what? Depreciation. So on 31st March 2023, what is Jana entry for depreciation? Batao. What is journal entry for depreciation? Depreciation account debit to dep. In this method, depreciation account debit to accumulated depreciation. We write down 2 accumulated depreciation. How much? 10,000. And we'll go to accumulated depreciation account. Correct. So first we'll brought down 1,4. By balance brought down. Are you getting what I'm saying? By balance brought down. It is 10,000. 10,000. And then we're writing 31st March. What we are writing? By what? Depreciation. बोलना yes or no? By depreciation 10,000. Understood? Have you understood? So automatically the closing balance of this accumulated depreciation account will be how much? The closing balance of this accumulated depreciation account is how much? 20,000. The closing balance of accumulated depreciation will be 20,000. Correct. What is the depreciation account will be closed by transfer to which account? So can I say this will be closed by transfer to which account? By PL. So this will be closed. This will not appear in balance sheet. Correct. And plant account you can see now once again it is shown at what? By balance carried down. Once again it is maintained at what? Cost price only. Once again it is maintained at cost price. Are you able to understand? Means can I say this accumulated depreciation is total depreciation till date. So can I say this account represent total depreciation till date. Total depreciation till date. Total depreciation till date. However, depreciation account represent only depreciation of current year, related year. But when I am saying accumulated depreciation, it is accumulation of all depreciation till date. Therefore, the name is accumulation. Accumulated. Accumulated depreciation means from the beginning, total depreciation will come in which account? Accumulated depreciation account. But when we say depreciation, it is only depreciation expense of current year. Understood this point? Have you understood? Now, if you want to prepare balance sheet of second year, this was balance sheet as on 31st March 2021. My question to you all, what you write down in balance sheet of next year? If you want to prepare balance sheet as on next year, but the plant account will come at what value? Very good. Plant account will be 1 lakh only. Less what? Accumulated depreciation how much? 20,000. Accumulated depreciation is 20,000. How much? 80,000. Correct? Understood? Have you understood? Have you understood? Now, if they have given in balance sheet plant account less accumulated depreciation account, whenever can I say, whenever accumulated depreciation account is given in trial balance, it means plant is coming at cost price. If accumulated depreciation account is not given in trial balance, it means plant is maintained at net value. Can I say this will be an indication? This will be an indication. Correct? Just try to understand what I am saying. I mean, right now we have done account for this year. This year. Now I am just giving one example. Everyone. I am just giving one example. Let us give you. Let us. I will give you trial balance as on 31st March 2022. And let us assume that till now depreciation of current year has not been recorded. We'll assume that depreciation of current year is not yet recorded. So can I say plant account will come how much batao? Huh? 1 lakh. Debit or credit? Debit. Batao. Accumulated depreciation will come or not? Depreciation of second year is not recorded. So depreciation of first year is already recorded. So accumulated depreciation will come or not? Bole yes or no? How much it will come? 10,000. Bole yes or no? If depreciation of current year is also recorded, then how much it will come? 20,000. Correct? Are you able to understand? So of course they will give you, this is as on 1/4/2021. This is opening accumulated depreciation, or if even though not given, it is understood point, because depreciation adjustment will be given. Are you able to understand? This is debit, this is credit. Correct. And then they will give one adjustment. What adjustment they will give, bata? Depreciation on plant for current year is how much? 10,000. It is not yet recorded. Have you understood? Have you understood this trial balance? So bata, if they have given accumulated depreciation in trial balance, it means what? It means what? Journal entry for depreciation will be what? Depreciation to accumulated depreciation. Depreciation to accumulated depreciation. So batao, what will be the journal? Journal will be what? Depreciation account debit to what? Accumulated depreciation. Correct? How much? 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. But this will go where? PL. Debit side of PL. This will go where? Can I say it will be added to accumulated depreciation account, and that account will be shown by way of deduction from plant account in the asset side of balance sheet. Correct now. So I'm just writing this will be added to what? This is added to what? Accumulated depreciation. Bolo yes or no? Correct. Means, but when you will prepare balance sheet, when you prepare balance sheet, बताओ, how much plant will come? How much plant will come? 1 lakh. How much accumulated depreciation will come? 20,000. So what is the net value? 80,000. Understood? Have you understood this? Correct. So can I give a note कि accumulated depreciation or provision for depreciation account is shown in asset side of balance sheet? Bolo yes or no? Asset side of balance sheet by way of what? Reduction from, by way of reduction from what? Respective what? Fixed asset. Have you understood this point? Have you understood this point? 20,000. Because current year, this journal entry we have done, accumulated, this journal entry you have understood. So this 10,000 will be added to what? Depreciation. How much accumulated depreciation already given? So 10,000 plus 10,000 become 20,000. So this become total depreciation till date. Means this was the depreciation of first year, which was recorded last year. Understood now? So this will come in trial balance. I have written opening. Check karo opening. Opening accumulated depreciation means depreciation of last year. Yeah, depreciation till last year. Now we'll add current year depreciation on this. So total depreciation become 20,000. 20,000 will be shown by way of deduction from 1 lakh. Understood? Correct. Now, similar question I will give. Let's see whether you are able to react or not. Example number 2. बताओ. They have given trial balance as on 31st March 2022. Now what they have given? Plant they have given, and they have given plant 90,000. Understood? Correct. What is not appearing? Which account is not coming? It means we are maintaining asset at the net value of net value. Correct. Then they will give some adjustment. Adjustment will what? Depreciation for current year is what? 10,000. But in this case, what is journal entry for depreciation? Are you able to understand? Both are same. The effect remains same, but journal entry is different. Now, in this case, I hope you have understood that if there is no accumulated depreciation account in trial balance, means this is maintained at what? Net value. Whenever it is maintained net value, then journal entry for depreciation is what? Depreciation account debit to. I hope you are understanding. Bolo. So we'll say depreciation account debit to what? Plant. How much? 10,000. अरे बोलना रे बताओ. This will be transferred to what? PL account, and this will be deducted from what? Plant account, and the net value will be shown in the balance sheet. Net value will be shown in the balance sheet. So this will be reduced from directly from plant account. Plant account I am saying directly in the ledger of plant account. Bolo yes or no? So in this also balance sheet remains same. The effect in balance sheet remains same, but the presentation will different. Now we'll say plant how much? We'll say it was 90,000 minus what? Minus 10,000 na. This 10,000 is current year depreciation, because 90,000 is already deducted with 10,000. 1 lakh minus 90 to 1 lakh minus 10 to पहले कर दिया ना. So this is coming 80,000. The effect remains same in the balance sheet. The effect remains same in the balance sheet. Understood? Have you understood? Correct. Example number 3. This, let's see how you are reacting. I'm just checking your common sense. Okay. Trial balance 31st March 2022. Building 2 lakh. Depreciation. Now I have given depreciation 20,000, and I have given accumulated depreciation 40,000. Now everyone, if depreciation is coming in trial balance, it means what? Already adjusted, means already what journal entry we have done? Depreciation account debit to accumulate depreciation. It means no adjustment will be given. No adjustment will be given now. So if depreciation is coming in trial balance, means depreciation journal entry is already done. Batao, this will go where? Balance sheet. This will go where? And this will be shown where? Balance sheet, by way of reduction from depreciation of fixed asset. This 40,000 will be reduced from what? Building account. So shown in balance sheet can I write down? But without any adjustment directly will do. Directly will do na. No need to pass any journal entry. Have you understood this point? Bolo yes or no? Means directly will say, but I will prepare PL account. In PL account what we write down? 2. Depreciation how much? 20,000. Then we'll prepare balance sheet. In balance sheet what we write down? Batao. In balance sheet what we write down? Plant how much? Uh, My mistake you will find na. Building sir, why you are sleeping? Building how much? Building how much? 2 lakh. From this what will deduct? Accumulated depreciation. In exam don't write AD huh? Please don't write AD. In class also you don't write. I am CA na. अरे बोल ना रे. My hand is also paining. Correct. चलेगा ना. हैंड में भी पेन हो रहा है. ठीक है. तो how much? 20,000? 20 or 40? I have written 40 only. 1 lakh 60. Correct. Understanding? The last if you say correct na, one more example. मजा आ जाएगा. But now no one will say, everyone will do. Do by your own. If that you have done correct, Bhagwan Kasam, understood. Correct? Bhagwan Kasam means God promise. God promise you understood. ठीक है? Okay. But no one will see इधर उधर. If you have understood, do. If you have not understood, then also do. Because I need to understand whether you have understood or not. ठीक है? चलो. Let's see. And don't think much. Whatever you have understood, that much only you apply. Correct? Sometimes easy question you think but it become difficult. Easy question only. So example number 4. Trial balance 31st March 2022. I will not say anything, huh? So I am not giving any explanation. Building 5 lakh, depreciation 20,000 and no adjustment. Everyone will do by their own. No idhar udhar. Do. Prepare PL and balance sheet. Done? Batao. Everyone done? Done? We will start from where? What you have done? Just say what you have done. Don't give explanation. Other will understand. Depreciation how much? Will go where? Balance sheet. Deducted from asset. Means how much building is coming in the balance sheet? 4 lakh 80,000. 4 lakh 80,000. What you have done? 20,000. And how much asset? 4,80,000. What you have done? What you have done? And we'll come back again to you. PNL? Nothing. Huh? You're still doing. Do it. How much? 5 lakh. You? What you are calculating? Means two answer I am getting. What do you have said? Means you are saying building account 5 lakh imbalance sheet. What you are saying? 4 lakh. So those who are saying building 5 lakh, correct. They have understood till now. Others, they have not understood. I said now, with this question, I will understand how much you are understanding. However, this was a point of last class, not today's explanation. First thing to batao whether whether plant account is maintained at net value or gross value, because what account is not coming, and when depreciation is appearing in trial balance, is recorded, not recorded, already recorded or not yet recorded. I have already said no adjustment. So if it is already recorded, so already you have done one journal entry depreciation to building, means building is already reduced by 20,000, means this 5 lakh is after reducing 20,000 or not. So once again reduce, मजा आ रहा है. You are only saying na depreciation is already adjusted. I have given also no adjustment. When you are saying depreciation will go to PL and deduct from this, how many effect you have given? So depreciation you have not transferred to PL. Array? Depreciation is an expense. Expense will go where? Kasam kha. Depreciation is a ऐसा kha. Depreciation is what? Depreciation is what? Kasam kha. God promise. Depreciation is expense. It will go to. This is not accumulated depreciation account. This is depreciation account. Accumulated depreciation is shown in balance sheet by way of reduction from what? Asset account. But this depreciation is what? Expense. Expense will go where? PL. So you have done the blunder mistake. Now those who have done that mistake, it is gone to PL and then reduced from what? Building. So you are giving two effect. So it is not an adjustment now. So those who have done 4,80,000, देखो पाप, you have done on PAP. देखो PAP I have done. I will not repeat this PAP. Right? Right? This is PAP. Are you said 4,80,000 na? Write down. Ki I have done PAP. Now I will not repeat this PAP. And if I repeat, then in next janam I will become machhar. Correct? Have you understood? But chalo theek hai. You have done mistake. I am happy. But I am happy that you have done. I am very much. I am not. But I will not feel bad if you are doing mistake. Mistake to hoga. We are born to do mistakes. And from mistakes only we learn. If you will not do mistake, then to we are Paramatma. करेक्ट ना. तो वी आर आत्मा. आई ऑलवेज से. तो आई एम हैप्पी दैट यू हैव डन. मिस्टेक होता है. करेक्ट. हाँ, बट नाउ हैव यू अंडरस्टूड आफ्टर डूइंग दैट मिस्टेक? दैट इज a point. If you have not understood after doing that mistake, then लोचा है. So have you understood whatever I have said? And I was knowing this, you will do mistake, and because of that reason I have given. Otherwise I don't have time na. Why I will give? And believe me, you are at CA foundation level. Sometime I ask this question at CA inter level. ये तो महाबुड़बक. उनको तो छोड़ दो. Sometime at CA final level, they that student also do mistake. CA final level, if any student is doing mistake, तो they should तो कुछ जाना चाहिए उनको. बोलो yes or no? And not from ground floor, first floor, second floor, third floor, fourth floor से कूदना चाहिए. करेक्ट ना? हाँ. तो नथिंग टू वरी. We are at CA foundation level, चलेगा. But have you understood? I have given 4 different examples. I have given. हाँ. If you revise, you will become perfect. Because in class I can't take much question ना. Because I need to go to some other point. चलेगा. Correct. Understood. चलो. I hope you have understood. Let me go to some other point. चलेगा? Yes sir. Revision is required to this was adjustment number. Depreciation was adjustment number what? G done ना. Write on H. G के बाद H ना? A B C D E F G H. Write down. Provision for doubtful debt. Doubtful debt. Debt means debtor. We call it doubtful debt, but we can also call it doubtful debtor also. Now, debtor are of 3 types. Debtor. One is what? Good debtor. Before marriage. Then, bad debtor. Divorce. And in between that, there is one more debtor. In between, better I write on this way. Last me write on bad. Correct now. Means first he become good, initially good. Then in between he become doubtful. Doubtful. Then ultimately become what? Bad. Correct. So after marriage, after some year, he become doubtful. Understood? So doubtful debtor. So can I say we have done this, we have done this? Bad debtor we have done. Whenever a debtor become bad, do we recognize bad debt? What is journal entry for bad debt? Bad debt to bad debt to debtor. Very good. Correct. That we have done. But now what about doubtful? So when I am saying good debtor means amount is recoverable. When I am saying good means amount is recoverable on due date. Due date means the payment date. Understood now? Correct. When I am saying bad debtor, so it means amount is not recoverable as he become insolvent, etc. Correct. So it means amount is not recoverable due to insolvency, etc. Due to insolvency or any other reason. We have done also this journal entry in bills of exchange. Ki dishonor of bill due to insolvency. Remember? So we have done bad debt account. Correct. So bad debt we have understood. And whenever there is a bad debt, we'll pass one journal entry. Bad debt account debit to debtor. But just try to understand what is doubtful debtor. Doubtful debtor means what? He is not insolvent, but he is not paying also. Means suppose we have given 2 month time, 2 month expired. So we are calling every day. We are calling every day. Give. Correct now. So he is not saying that he will not pay. He will say tomorrow. Arey, how much tomorrow? Are you getting what I am saying? So he is not paying that he will not pay. But can you say if he is not paying, one doubt will come in our mind whether he will pay or not pay. He become insolvent. That news, if that information has came to us, then to okay he will not pay. Then he become bad debtor. But he is not insolvent. But he is not paying also. There may be some reason. There may be some reason he is busy with some work. His financial condition थोड़ा weak हो गया. He is disturbed, mentally disturbed. Quite possible ना. We don't know about that, but he is not paying. So when doubt will come in our mind whether he will pay or not. So can I say he may or may not pay? Doubt to may na. He may or may not pay. So it means can I say in this we'll say amount may or may not be recovered. Amount may or may not be recovered. Are you getting what I am saying? Correct? Understood? And can you see when I am saying may or may not be recovered, it means there is some expected loss or not. There may be some expected loss in future, but we need to apply which concept? We need to apply which principle? We have done one principle, convention, accounting convention, conservatism. What conservatism says? Ki expected expense or loss arising from past event should be provided. So can I say we should make a provision for this? Provisions are what? Provisions are retained profit for future expected losses. You remember? It means can I say we need to apply conservatism principle? And conservatism principles say that create what? Create provision for what? Doubtful debtor. Understood what I am saying? Doubtful debtor. This point have you understood? So we need to pass one journal entry. Batao. What journal entry? We'll say expected bad debt to what? Provision for what? Doubtful debt. And this expected bad debt will be transferred to PL. Bole yes or no? Means we can pass one journal entry PL account debit to provision for doubtful debt. So PL account debit means we retain some profit for expected losses in future. Right now it is kept in which account? We transfer some profit from PL account to which account? I said we have suppose if you remember I said we have earned 1 lakh profit. So we retain 10,000 from these and 90,000 distributed to owner. You remember in that conservatism principle I said my wife is my owner. So I will retain profit. So this profit is retained and this will be kept where? In provision account. Provision is nothing but retained profit and that retained profit will be used for future losses. So what is journal entry? PL account debit to provision for doubtful debt. So some amount of profit has been transferred to provision account. Understood? Some amount of profit. So PL account decreases. So PL account debited. So some amount of profit we retain and that retained profit is kept in a separate account. That separate account is known as what? Provision account. Correct? Means from this pocket I transfer some amount to this pocket, but it remains retained profit only now. But in emergency I will use some amount from here. Correct now? Normally I do. I keep some amount where I will not say. Correct? In my bag there is one chore pocket. There is one chore pocket. We call it chore pocket. Correct? So there is one chore pocket. So I keep some amount there. Sometime what happen, we require emergency fund, and normally I don't carry cash. You will see I don't have any cash. Normally I don't carry purse only. I don't have purse, nothing, because I am bulakkar. Very much bulakkar. I will leave here and go. Correct now. It happened n times with me. So now I don't carry what? Purse. Nothing. If I require some money, I will ask from my staff employee. Will ask if I require any money. Now they will pay. I will never pay. I'll never pay. I'm like this only. क्या करना है मोह माया से. Correct now. Believe me, 10 rupees also I require now. If I want, suppose my driver is not coming, so I will take auto. Sometime what happen, driver is stuck somewhere, so I require auto now. So the Sai will book auto, he will pay, I'll go to home. Then he will take from me. That is the other point. He will prepare one account for me. Chiranjeev sir account liability. Correct now. Understood. So just try to understand what I want to say. I have one chore pocket. Why I have a chore pocket? Emergency. I will not use. But suppose I am alone and nobody is with me, then I will use it now. Otherwise, I have Sai, I have Prasant, everywhere is there. Correct now. Are you getting? It happens last day only. Last day I taken 100 rupees from Prasant. Correct. Why? Because I don't carry funds. Have you understood this? So it means what happened? If from one pocket I am transferring to other pocket, it does not mean they are different account. This is also profit account. This is also profit account. But this profit I have kept for some emergency purpose in future. This will be used only when that future will become certain. The loss will happen. Loss will happen. But these will be distributed to honor whenever they demand. Whenever they demand. Understood? Have you understood? Yes, sir. So we call it PL account debit provision. This provision is shown in the balance sheet by way of deduction from debtor. This is also one type of valuation account. One type of valuation account. So provision for depreciation is shown by way of deduction from asset. Which asset? Fixed asset. So provision for doubtful debtor is also shown by way of deduction from debtor in balance sheet. But provision for doubtful debt is a separate account. Is a separate account. So this account will be debited to PL. This will be debited to PL now. And this provision for doubtful debt will have credit balance. Will have a credit balance. Will be shown in which side? Asset side now. Asset side of balance sheet by way of what? Deduction. Deduction from which account? From which account? Debtor account. Understood? Have you understood this point? Thoda understood? We'll take some example. This is very important concept. Very important concept, and I will be slow as I was slow in depreciation. Correct? Let us take some examples. Trial balance 31st March 2022. So it has debtor. So when I am saying debtor, it is one debtor or all debtor? So can I say it consists of Mr. A, Mr. B, Mr. C, Mr. D, Mr. E, Mr. F, Mr. Many debtor. Amount receivable for many debtor. But all debtor will not be doubtful now. Some debtor will be doubtful. Means it might happen 80% are good, 20% are what? Doubtful. Correct now. So should we, if there is a doubtful debtor, we should find out how many debtors are doubtful, and we should create a provision for that only. Correct now. So that information will be given. So they will inform you like this. In additional information, they will say adjustment, and they will say create provision for doubtful debtor. Provision for doubtful debtor at the rate of 5%. Means as per their estimation, out of 2 lakh, 5% are doubtful. So we'll create provision at a rate of 5%. 5% of 2 lakh. 5% 2 lakh means how much? 10,000. So we'll create provision for 10,000. Understood? Very simple. But what journal entry you'll do? Solution. But journal entry. We'll say profit and loss account directly will do. Profit and loss account will be debited to what? I'm writing PFDD chalega. Provision for doubtful debt. Provision for doubtful debt. 5% of 2 lakh means how much? 10,000. Understood? Correct. Correct. Means can I say we'll prepare one provision for doubtful debt account? We don't buy what? What we have done? Buy PL account? Buy PL account na? 10,000. And we need to balance it. To balance carried down. What is the closing balance? This is closing balance na? Understood? Then we'll prepare one PL account. But in PL account what do we write down? To provision for doubtful debt. To provision for doubtful debt. How much? 10,000. Bolo, what is your entry? PL account debit to provision. PL will be debited na? PL we have debited and we have written to provision for doubtful debt. Correct. Means can I say we have debited, means we have retained this much profit and kept in which account? Provision account. This much profit. Suppose, let us assume in this way. Suppose our gross profit was 1 lakh. Let us assume in this way. So out of 1 lakh, how much we have retained? So how much will be net profit? 90,000. Now understood. So both are profit only, but 90,000 will be transferred to capital and 10,000 retained, and that will be kept in which account? Kept in which account? Provision account for some future uncertain losses. That is not certain right now. Correct. Have you understood? Now we'll prepare balance sheet. This assumption I have taken 1 lakh. Other will think how it came. Assumed. This 1 lakh I have assumed na. Only for explanation purpose. But I will prepare balance sheet. In balance sheet what will come? Debtor will come. But how much debtor and how much provision for doubtful debt? So this provision for doubtful debt will be shown by way of deduction from debtor. How much? So what is the net value? 1,90,000. Have you understood? Two effect. Every adjustment has two effect. Two effect. One is in PL, one is in balance sheet. Have you understood? Correct. Now I'm just continuing this example. Huh? I'm continuing this example for next year. This was first year. Let us come to second year so that you can understand what is actually happening. Are you able to understand? Right on next example. Continuation. Now I'll give you trial balance of which year? 31st March 2023. Now can I say data will change? Because there will be some more credit sales in this year. The data might change. So let us say debtor now become 5 lakh. Okay, this is closing debtor. Now last year we have created provision. How much provision we created? So that will become opening balance of this year. So now in this trial balance, provision for doubtful debt will come or not? But this is opening balance. Bolo yes or no? Are you able to understand how much? We created 90,000. 10,000 na? 10,000. Can I say this is just continuation of what? Previous year. Understood. Now, just try to understand. In this current year, last year expected loss may become actual loss. Means now there may be actual bad debt. Means last year the debtor was doubtful. Now he become bad debtor. So it become actual loss. So last year expected bad debt might become actual bad debt. Bole yes or no? But actual bad debt amount may be different because expectation means this was one estimation na. When I am saying expected, so last year it was estimated. So estimation may be different from actual. Are you able to understand? Correct? Bolna nahi. So they will give some adjustment. They will give one actual bad debt. Understand what I am saying? Actual bad debt. Suppose 15,000. How much we estimated? Last year how much we estimated? But actual happen how much? 15,000. And can is the current year also maybe there may be some doubtful data? Means in this data there may be some doubtful data. So there may be some expected bad debt for future. So once again we need to create what? Provision for doubtful debt for current year. Are you getting what I am saying? Correct. Let us create a provision for doubtful debt at a rate of 5%. This 5% is always on closing data. Always on closing data. Understood? Are you able to follow me? थोड़ा सा धीरे धीरे लेवल इज इंक्रीजिंग. लेवल इज इंक्रीजिंग ना. मजा तो आ रहा है. If you will take interest then मजा आएगा. Other मजा is सजा. If मजा is not coming it means सजा. So either you get मजा or you will get सजा. Correct? It happens in any game also. Correct now. In my childhood days I was not a good player of video game. I was not a good player of video game. पता नहीं. I used to do like this. Then I used to dance like this. Means suppose I need to jump. I will jump. It will not jump. I will jump. Because I was not a good player. I don't know why I was not a good player. Correct now. But in indoor games, etc., I was very good player. Carom, etc. Indoor game, I was very good player. Badminton, I was a good player. Correct. Cricket थोड़ा थोड़ा खेल लेते थे. Correct. Football I was worst player. Means I will run and run only. The ball will not come in my leg. But I have never understood why I am not able to touch the. Means I will run and the ball is also running. पता नहीं what happened. Hockey तो छोड़ दो. Hockey only I use for what? Fighting. Nothing more than that. Correct. I mean, we have never purchased hockey. Hockey तो I have never touched only. Correct. गुल्ली डंडा यू हैव प्लेड, यू हैव आल्सो प्लेड गुल्ली डंडा. हाँ, उसमें मजा आता था. देन मार्बल्स, मार्बल्स यू आल्सो हैव प्लेड मार्बल. ऐसे. हाँ, यू सेड कंचे. हाँ, हम लोग गोली बोलते थे. गोडिया, हाँ, गोडिया. यू हैव आल्सो प्लेड मार्बल. ऐसे मजा आता था. ऐसे एम लगाना पड़ता. दैट वाज अ गुड प्ले. बट नाउ इट इज दिस गेम आर ऑब्सोलीट. नाउ तो वी डोंट सी दिस टाइप ऑफ गेम ना. Okay, अभी भी खेलते, बट आई हैव नेवर सीन दैट चिल्ड्रन आर प्लेइंग. इफ आई विल गिव टू माय चाइल्ड दे विल, अरे भाई ऐसे कर, नो नो. करेक्ट. चलो ठीक है. बट दैट डेज आल्सो एंड देयर आर सम और व्हाट मोर. I forgot the games also. चलो ठीक है. But what I want to say, the games also either it is maja or saja. Some game you will be good. Some game you might find difficulty. Correct? Understood? It happens. So it is also a game. Account all subject is a different game. But here you don't have an option. You need to pass only. Then only you will become CA. Correct? Understood? Chalo. Now this much. Now can I come to solution? Can I say every adjustment need to be recorded? But what is journal entry for bad debt? Bad debt now. Very good. Excellent. So we'll pass one journal entry bad debt account debit to debtor. How much? How much? 15,000. Correct. This much you understood? Correct. Now this bad debt is a nominal account. Should be closed by transfer to PL account. But can I say for this already we created a provision. So already last year such bad debt was debited to PL. So can I say it will be twice debited then? So whenever we created provision, bad debt is closed by transfer to provision account. Because provision is also what? Retained profit. So this will be closed by transfer, means this will be adjusted with provision account. Understood? So what journal entry will do? What journal entry? Provision for, means instead of PL, what we write down? Provision for doubtful debt account debit to what? Bad debt. Have you understood this point? Have you understood this point? Then we should create some more provision. We should create some more provision. But leave some journal entry. Let us prepare provision for doubtful debt account. Provision for doubtful debt account. Let us understand with that account. Understood? What is the opening balance given? Opening balance was 10,000. Bolo. Correct. Understood. Then we have passed one journal entry. Bad debt to debtor. That will not affect this account. That will affect debtor account. Correct. Then we have done one journal entry. Provision for doubtful debt to bad debt account. So that will affect this account. We will add on what? To bad debt. How much? 15,000. Have you understood? Means last year how much provision you created, how much profit you have retained. Last year how much profit you have retained, but actual loss is how much. So how much deficiency. So can I say again we should retain from current year profit. So it should be 15,000 now. So we'll say 5,000 extra is required. 5,000 extra is required. So again last year how much we have retained, current year how much we have retained, and this will be used to set off this loss. Understood? Are you able to follow me? Now current year they have said create a provision at a rate of 5% on closing debtor. So this can I say closing debtor will be what? When I am saying closing debtor, so this was opening debtor, means this was debtor before bad debt. Then we have done one journal entry, bad debt debtor. So can I say now debtor become 5 lakh minus what? Minus 15,000 now. Because this become bad debtor. So out of 5 lakh, this 5 lakh include bad debtor. But during the year there is some bad debtor that should be closed. It become what? 4 lakh 85,000. So can I say this become closing debtor? So we should create provision at a rate of 5% on 5 lakh to 4 lakh 85,000. 4 lakh always closing debtor, closing balance of debtor account. Understood? So 4 lakh 85,000. So we'll say we will again create for current year. So by PL, how much we'll say? 5% of what? 4 lakh 85,000. Have you understood this point? Bolo. Have you understood? How much? 5% of 4 lakh 85,000. How much? 24,250. And what is the balance? But the balance will come how much? To balance carried down how much? 24,250 only. Have you understood this account? Have you understood this account? This is the closing balance of this account. One second. One second I will repeat. One second I will repeat. Correct. Chalo. We'll also prepare one debtor account. Then doubt will over. If the doubt is coming, that is coming because of debtor account. But how much debtor balance is coming from trial balance? To balance, I'm writing from trial balance. This is not opening balance. This balance I have taken from trial balance. Trial balance is always closing, but before adjustment, trial balance is closing or opening? Closing, but before adjustment. Therefore, I'm not writing opening balance. This is closing balance, but before adjustment. How much? 5 lakh. And then one journal entry we have done bad debt to debtor. So debtor will be debited or credited. So we have done by what? Bad debt. Understood? How much? So what is the closing balance of debtor after adjustment? 4 lakh 85,000. This point have you understood? This point have you understood? This is the closing balance debtor. So current year provision should be created on closing balance. So current year provision 5% should be created on 5 lakh to 4 lakh 85,000. 4 lakh 85. This you understood? Correct. Now coming to provision account. This was the opening balance of provision. Then we pass one journal entry bad debt to debtor. Bad debt is a nominal account, so be transferred to PL account. But whenever provision is created, bad debt is transferred to which account? Provision account. Therefore, return provision for doubtful debt to bad debt 15,000. But last year, how much provision we created? But what is our actual loss? There is a deficiency now. We expected 10,000, actually is 15,000. So more 5,000 should be debited from current year PL. So we have done PL account debit to provision how much? 5,000. So now it become 15 and it become 15 done. Now we'll also create provision for current year. So current year provision will be created on closing debtor, that is 5% of 4,85,000 means 24,250. What is journal entry for creating provision? What is journal entry for creating provision? Always we create provision from PL account. What journal entry? PL, no, say PL account. PL account debit to provision. So by PL 24,250. And of course when you will balance it, the same amount will come. This become what? Closing balance. This closing balance will be shown in the balance sheet by way of deduction from debtor account. Understood? Understood. Means can I say actually you can see we have created a how much provision we have created. This much provision we created now. means just try to understand. If you want to pass journal entry, so you will say PL account debit to provision for doubtful debt. So you'll do PL account debit to provision for doubtful debt. So can you say this will be how much? How much deficiency and how much required for current year? So can you say with these two amount you have passed this journal entry? Have you understood this or not? You'll pass one time now PL account debit to provision, or you can do journal entry PL to provision, debit to provision. Correct. But effect remains same now. So how much provision you actually created? The provision created in current year will be 5,000 for previous year, and current year how much? 24,250. Total become how much? 29,250. Student do mistake यहाँ पर. They will not be able to understand actually what is this. Have you understood this point? Have you understood this point? Don't worry. This is first example. धीरे धीरे we'll take 4-5 example. धीरे धीरे you will be comfortable. I know. I mean, right now you are not comfortable because I was also not comfort when I have done for the first time. Have you understood all these three journal entry? Correct? Bolo. Always from examination point of view, can you say if you are preparing this provision account, so can you say we can always write down this? Batao. Can you say this will be what 5% of 4,85,000? Bole yes or no? Means closing balance will be the closing provision, that is 5% of closing debtor as per the information given the question. And can you see this can be calculated as a balancing figure? Ki how much will be PL by PL. So always what we'll do whenever we are in exam, we write down these, we write down these, and then we write down these. So by PL will be what? Balancing figure. So balancing figure will be these two only, na? Not able to understand what I am saying. From examination point, we'll do in this way. Can I say this way? We'll prepare one provision account. Can I say opening balance is given? How much? To bad debt we know how much. And can I say how much will come in balance sheet? That also we know. To balance carried down, can I say it will be 5% of what? 4,85,000 means how much? 24,250. So how much is debited to PL can be taken as balancing figure, and this will be balancing figure. So you will never do mistake. If you use this concept now, you will never do mistake. Otherwise you will do mistake. So this is balancing figure 29,250. So this will be debited to PL. This much amount will be debited to PL. Have you understood this point? Correct. So we have done three journal entries. Let us come to first this all journal entry. First journal entry have you understood? Second journal entry have you understood? Third journal entry have you understood? But with this three journal entry, I will ask two questions. But how much will be debited to PL? How much will be debited to PL? 100% correct. 100% correct. How much provision will be shown in balance sheet? How much provision will be shown in balance sheet? See provision account na. Closing balance of provision account. What is the closing balance of provision account? 24250. अरे बोलना रे. Only these two effect. But can you see for these two effect you need to do three journal entry, and because of that reason confusion होता है. Therefore, whenever such questions come, we'll prepare provision account. If you understood provision account, mistake will not happen. We'll take some more questions, nothing to worry. But have you understood this much? Have you understood? Don't think about whether you are able to do or whether you are not able to do. For that, you require practice. But whatever I have said, have you understood that? Have you understood that? Can I give one more example? How? You require 5-minute break? हाँ 5 मिनट शांति हो जाएगा. नो चलेगा. हाँ पक्का? अच्छा, चलो, your choice. What can I do? I have given one chance to you. चलो बता, balance sheet. When you prepare balance sheet, that effect let us understand. बता, in balance sheet data will come how much? Closing data. What is closing data? Excellent, excellent. Data will come what? How much? 4,85,000. Less what? Provision for doubtful debt how much? Very good, excellent. What is the net value? 460750. Understood. Simple. One question you'll do, whether it is correct, wrong, do it by wrong. Do mistake. चलेगा. Okay. थोड़ा सा I'll just give some one point where you need to apply your common sense. If you understood whatever I have said, you can apply that. Can I give one twist? One twist only. चलेगा? Okay. चलो, let's see how many you are able to do it. Extract of if provision for doubtful debt is coming now, it will be always opening. It cannot be closing. In trial balance, normally closing provision will never come. Correct? So date is not given, it is opening provision only. चलेगा? Oh. Which balance? Provision always have credit balance, na? I've informed you somewhere. Additional information. Actual bad debt. Create provision at a rate of 2%. Even though I have not said 2% of what, it is always 2% of what? Closing data. In exam, they will not say closing data. It is understood, it is of closing data. चलेगा? Hmm? Do it. I will say if you want to do journal, journal do. But if you can do without journal, prepare account directly. If you want to prepare provision for doubtful debt account and debtor account, or if you want to do with journal entry, that also is your choice. Whatever you want. Better do first journal and then what? Ledger. Your choice. Your choice. I want answer. I want impact in balance sheet. Have you done? Not done. Confused? Chalo. Batao. Let us start. Journal. Batao. First journal is for bad debt. What journal entry? Bad debt. Account debit to debtor. Any doubt in this? No doubt. What is the amount? No doubt. Batao. Whenever we create provision, bad debt will be closed by transfer to which account? So will second journal entry, I think no doubt, provision for doubtful debt. Account debit to what? Bad debt. In this journal entry, any doubt? How much? 35,000. Correct? Bolo yes or no? The last journal entry we should, how much provision should be created? We'll say PL account debit to provision for doubtful debt. But for this amount I said wait. Here only student will do mistake. So we should prepare which account? Provision for doubtful debt account. Dhire dhire you will become expert. I'll give some statement formula also. But I don't want to go into rectification. Correct. I hope you have understood why I am saying create prepare provision for doubtful debt account. So we'll say provision for doubtful debt account. But what is the opening balance? Opening balance how much? 40,000. What is the bad debt? Bad debt is 35,000. It means last year's surplus provision was created that will be used for current year. Bolo yes or no? So what I have said, first find out what? Two balance carried down. I have said this now. So two balance carried down will be 2% of what? 2% of what? Closing debtor. What is the closing debtor? Batao, how much I have given? 10 lakh minus what? Minus 35,000. So closing debtor is 9 lakh 65,000. Bole yes or no? 9 lakh 65 ka 2% how much? 19,300 low. And can you say it will be automatically a balancing figure? By PL how much? Batao. Balancing figure. This plus this minus this. How much? 14,300. Understood why it become 14,300? Current year requirement is how much? And how much surplus from last year? 5,000. So in current year we will create less provision now. Already we have surplus of 5,000. So 19,300 minus 5,000 become 14,300. Understood this point? Have you understood? Means this journal entry will be done with what? 14,300. 14,300. Means in exam directly you can do with this account only. With this account we can do it. Bole yes or no? Have you understood? Correct. Only one twist I have given. Now the bad debt amount was less than expected bad debt. How many have done as it is? How many done correct? You have done balance. You have done small mistake. I think first two though you have done correct only. Doubt was here only. Now third question, 90% you will do correct. Is 90% of you will do correct. 10% it might happen. There is still doubt. One more question. Let's see whether you are doing correct or not. Correct. But have you understood? But how much will go to PL? And how much will be the debtor in balance sheet? Debtor. And how much provision deducted from debtor? 19,300. Correct now. Means if you want to draw balance sheet after this, but the debtor how much? Less what? So it become how much? 9 lakh. Understood. One more question. Do it. Done. Done. Done or not done? Still doing. Done? चलो. तो I am preparing only account. चलेगा? बताओ. What is the opening balance? 30,000 now. What is the bad debt? How much closing balance? 10% of what? 4 lakh? 45,000, correct? Everyone done this? 44,500. By PL how much? How much? 69,500. How much will go to balance PL? And how much provision will go to balance sheet? 44,500. Done. So can you see, if you understood this account, done. So this will go to PL and this will go to balance sheet, and this will be shown by way of deduction from this 5 lakh not 4 lakh 45,000. Understood? Now you understood this. One more example. Apply common sense. However, I'll give hint. Okay? I'll give hint. Let's see how many you are able to do. Everyone done correct na? Anyone done mistake? Everyone done correct. So I said 90% will do correct, but you have done 100%. With third example, you are at comfort stage. So initially everything is थोड़ा सा, I will say will give trouble. But with practice it will be easy. With practice, correct? But I will not make you comfort. I'll give you some discomfort. चलेगा? So the next example, if you are able to do it by your own, means perfection आ रहा है. ठीक है? चलो. But I'll give hint for the next example. Trial balance as on 31st March 2022. Let's see how many of you are able to do it by your own. Debtor 5 lakh. Now I am giving bad debt. Oh, acha. Bad debt where? In trial balance. Bad debt is coming in trial balance 20,000, and I have given provision for doubtful debt 15,000, and then I will give one adjustment. Can I say if bad debt is coming in trial balance means already adjusted? This is actual bad debt na? Correct. Only this much hint I have given na? You already adjusted. Correct. But can I say one adjustment I will give? Create what? Provision for doubtful debt at a rate of 5%. Let's see how many of you are doing correct. And if you can do this correct, means super. But I don't know how many of you will do correct. I said bad debt already adjusted. Means bad debt journal entry is already done. Bad debt journal entry. Bad debt. Understood? Correct. Do it. Don't think much. Don't think much. Start doing. अच्छा थोड़ा सा चलो ठीक है थोड़ा सा more means out of these three journal entry which journal entry has been done बता means A B or C which one A has been done ना means B C is still left चलो one more hint I have given चलो now do Today we have done depreciation and provision for doubtful. Two adjustment we have done. I am very slow teacher na. Hmm? Slow teacher na. Fast teacher. Done. अरे वाह. बताओ. What you have done? You have prepared provision for doubtful debt account. बताओ. What is the opening balance? 15. 50. 15 तो I am also saying. 15,000. बताओ. Bad debt is already recorded, but bad debt will be closed by transfer to provision account. That you have done two bad debt. Two bad debt how much? 20,000. I think this must everyone have done correct. Only you can do mistake in this. But two balance carried down, you have calculated 5% of what? हाँ तो you have calculated 5% of what? Everyone done 5 lakh. No, someone has done how much? So how many done 4 lakh 80,000? Only one has done 4 lakh 80. Everyone done 5 lakh. अरे बोलो, I am asking something. How many have done 4 lakh 80,000? What you have done? 5 lakh. Wow, excellent. Super. आंख से आंसू आ गया आज तो. कि आई एम सच ए गुड टीचर। मेरे आंख से आंसू आ गया। रियली एवरीवन डन 5 लाख? हाँ, मीन्स वन थिंग तो यू आर ए गुड स्टूडेंट। चलो ठीक है, होता है, हाँ, नथिंग टू वरी। हाँ, लास्ट टाइम यू हैव गिवन करेक्ट आंसर। ठीक है, होता है, गेम कभी कभी चेंज होता है, बट डोंट वरी। हाँ, इफ यू आर डूइंग मिस्टेक, it is good only in classroom. If you are doing mistake, it is good, but it is better to do mistake in classroom than to do mistake in exam hall. I said this is already adjusted. So what journal entry you have done? Bad debt debtor means this is already adjusted. Now 5 lakh is already reduced by 20,000. Correct now? I think that you missed. Understood? So bad debt recorded. So bad debt to debtor we have done. So bad debt to debtor means debtor is already after deducting bad debt, and therefore those who have done this, that is correct. So how much by PL? 30,000. How much will go to PL? How much will go to balance sheet? 25,000. So in balance sheet, what do you write down? Batao. Debtor how much? 5 lakh. Student do mistake यहीं पर. Most of the student will do mistake यहाँ पर. They will say 5 lakh minus bad debt. अरे भाई, why bad debt? Already adjusted. Minus what? How much? 30 or 25? It become 4 lakh. Understood. Done. Concept done. Now whatever example I'll give, I'll only mismatch. But concept is over. For question, concept is over. Correct? चलो, हो गया आज के लिए इतना. I was supposed to take one more adjustment, but now बहुत है. So what we'll do in next class, we will better. अच्छा हुआ you have holiday tomorrow. Correct now. So you can revise and come. Please, those who have backlogs, please complete it. You have understood कि धीरे धीरे level is increasing. Level is increasing. बोलो yes or no? तो धीरे धीरे level will increase. So suppose I am in not in अभी till now 50% also syllabus not completed, 20% of syllabus completed. Accounts I am saying. So 80% is left. So what I am going to do with you? Just imagine. Correct na? So I am not going to leave you because you have chosen me. Na jelo. Correct na? Understood. But what is my commitment to you? I am not bothered about your results. Believe me, accounts mein to I am not at all bothered. Everyone will get more than 50%. Means pass to हो जाते. ठीक है. Better than that means if the marks 50%, say if you are getting 60%, 70%, 80%, that is your effort. My effort 50% तो आराम से आ जाता. So I am really not bothered about your results. Accounts में 50% you will get. If you are getting 90%, the 40% extra whatever you are getting, that is due to your efforts. And of course that depends upon your efficiency, your self study, how much you are efficient in your self study. That depends upon that. But 50% आ जाता आपको. So I am not at all bothered. But one commitment I will give, that I will make you expert in accounts. Whatever I am teaching means whenever account discussion with there, you will be at top. Understood now? So means you will be always at top, means you will be able to convince other that you are wrong, I am right. That much guarantee I am giving you. That much guarantee. My student always will have that confidence. Understood now? And my student, if you go to BCom, believe me, you can kill the teacher also in BCom. Believe me, it happens in my student CA foundation level na. They will go to BCom now. BCom teacher will ask from where you came. Believe me, you go to BCom class, the teacher, you will kill the teacher because I know they also don't know anything. Have you started your BCom? Classes started. So just once you go, one time you go there, and in accounts class, please sit and just start killing that teacher. Means they will pakka ask you from where you came, Baba. Once you go, you just You need to understand your value, your importance, na. Correct. So it is my, believe me, it happens with my student in BCom classes. They will always at super level. Correct. In CA classes, of course, you need to, it depends upon your efforts. So what I am saying, 50% तो don't bother, you'll pass. Passing marks तो आ जाता. Up. If you want to increase that 60%, 70%, 80%, 90%, that depends upon your effort. That I am not giving any commitment. My commitment is not there, because that if you will not study, how can you score? If you will not study, you can't score na. So that you need to study by your own. Okay? But one commitment, that you can challenge anyone. That commitment I can give. I think that I hope you have understood. You start discussing with your friends, only those who are taking classes somewhere else. You have some friends, those who are taking classes somewhere else. Just start. Just you saw my notebook. They will die. इतना पढ़ाता है. This is out of syllabus. They will say like this. Understood now? Just ask someday matching concept. Just hit and try matter. What is their reaction? Just say. Have you asked someday? हाँ, एक बार मिलो ना, मजा आएगा. कभी उसको अपने हवेली में बुलाओ. Correct. Understood. Test ना. You have friends. हाँ, ask someday. Have you asked? Test करना, मजा आता है. I used to test a lot. What my was what ki we have a group of some friend. So I have not taken coaching classes that time. Means actually what happened ki coaching classes we are not used to. So ho gaya. I have not taken coaching classes. So what happened? My friends used to go to classes. Then I used to understand from their notes. Means of course now we also require some help now. So I used to understand accounts from their notes, and then I used to teach them. Understood now? So when you have self-determination, you can do whatever you want. So I used to teach from their notes, and believe me, then I used to teach them. They used to ask me, कैसे हुआ तो आज. Correct. So this way. So sometime what happens, this will help you. If you start teaching someone now, you will get more knowledge. Correct now. So you need to make some friend like that. Right? I will teach you. Start teaching, your knowledge will increase. When you teach someone now, your knowledge will increase. Because when you teaching, you are asking some question to yourself. अच्छा ये कैसे हो गया यार? And if that doubt will come, you'll come to me. I will explain once again. But don't do, because you don't have time. I know. Stick to your preparation only. But test in some days. Just test your friend how much knowledge they have. You'll get confidence now. Your confidence will increase. Correct. For today, this much only. Enjoy your holiday with studies. Correct now. How much you can study, I will not force you tomorrow, because tomorrow is a festive day. So I will not force you, but do whatever you can do. Okay. Thank you very much. We'll meet tomorrow. Till then, bye bye. Take care and enjoy your remaining day. Tomorrow means day after tomorrow.